Okay, how's everybody doing? Got some more cars to show. Got some really neat terrain pieces to show off. And figured I would let everybody see what I was working on. And so, first off, we'll start off with the May Car of the Month build. And this is my what they call the stripped and ripped was the theme for this for May's month. So I took a Margarette Porsche 911 and I took everything but the four fenders out of it. And then the engine is the American Chavez Hot Wheels buggy, which really is a great casting. I kind of hated to mess it up, but I needed that engine and the spoiler. So, yeah, just making sure you can see everything. But yeah, it ended up becoming an homage to Rainbow Bright. So it's got, basically every little color, and the way that came about was I really wasn't sure what color I wanted to paint this one. So I painted one fender one color, and then another fender another color. Then I painted the front little cage section in one color. I kind of forgot about June being Pride Month. This was actually a great one for Pride Month because it's even got a rainbow ram. The little forks here are rainbows. It's a little bit hard to see because when I did all the rust and the dust on it, it kind of muted the colors a little bit. But I'm actually really happy with how this one turned out. The rust looks great, and in my opinion, I think one thing I did do was, I know a lot of people on the judges on the Car of the Month, they talk about the tires, and they don't like how highlighting tires in like a light brown color that doesn't look right to them. So what I did was I did my normal way of painting tires, and then I highlighted some pavement color onto them. So the tires are a little bit different than the way I normally do them, but I'm hoping that they'll like that. And we got Rainbow Bright here, and the driver's seat here with a Uzi. So it's a fairly simple performance car build. It's definitely a slime build because it's got the front and side rams, the spikes, and roll cage machine gun. It's a pretty simple build. The roll cage is actually held on by twine and sewing thread. And I think that helps with the ramshackleness of it. It definitely looks like it came out of the wasteland, and it definitely looks like the kind of car that someone would call girly and then really regret calling it girly. It's even got little rainbow unicorns on the back sides here, so you can see there. So yeah, it's like, call it girly at your own risk. But yeah, I really like how this one turned out. I hope this one gets some attention. But it is what it is. I've got a couple cars that are heading to the store. And that's this Miyazaki rocket car. And it's pretty simple build. This was a Hot Wheels casting. It's Hot Wheels. A McDonald's casting. And got the thank you. My brother just came in and gave me back my card. So it's even got like a little dragon tramp stamp on the bumper. Basically, it's a rocket car for Miyazaki, and I think someone will like that one. And I got this one here. This is a Hot Wheels Phaeton. Glare is getting in the way. But you can kind of see the werewolf temporary tattoo method I did on the vinyl roof. And it's got a 40K style machine gun. And what I did was, to make it look a little less 40K, was I cut the barrel off and I strapped a more of a Gaslands barrel to it. And then it's got the napalm dropper at the back. So, come on, focus. I'm still trying to figure out how to keep this thing in focus all the time. But, you know, it's high elf thingamajigger. I think it goes on the shields, and it makes pretty good decorations. But, and we've got 3 people in there. Well, 2 people and a cat, and it's in the back seat. And like I said, it's kind of hard to see because of the. If I get it close, it keeps coming and trying to see. Wants to unfocus. And you can see the crew in there. So yeah, it's shiny, so it's definitely picking up the light from above. So I like painting in metallics, but they can be sometimes a pain in the rear end to photograph. And I had a friend who's already purchased these. These are my pirate buggies. Got a machine gun, napalm shotgun with extra crew, and a flamethrower, extra crewman. So these are very tropical, brightly colored, and I showed them to a friend of mine at our gaming group, and he wants them, so they're going to him. But yeah, pretty simple little builds. I had a little fun with these here. Got little nail art decals of flamingos and tropical plants and stuff, and this one here is got, you know, torpedo written on the side and the side of the hood there. And I combined 2 40K decals. It was a Black Templar and a skull thing, and I put the skull on top, so it makes it look like there's a starburst behind the skull. Since, you know, skulls are pretty much piratey. And then we got the guy back here with the rifle. And I did a little burn-in on the exhausts. And, you know, I wish I could keep this in focus. But, yeah. It's not. I think they turned out really well. This one here has also been spoken for. And it's just I think this is Maisto that makes these. But basically a tractor ram. This casting had the miniguns already kind of on the front, so it can be ran as that, or you can run it as a truck with, you know, ram, dropper, and a machine gun turret. Either way, you know, it's a versatile little vehicle. And it's got, you know, a little bit of living stuff in the back with the toolbox and the little sound system. Yeah, it's not big enough to be a wall of amps, but it's you know, cool in its own way. And yeah, it's got the exhaust burn and everything. So yeah, you can see there's a, you know, Maisto Mudslinger. I like this casting. I'm not normally a fantasy casting guy, but I do like this one. And the guy on top is it's a mix of 3D printed turret and a I think they're called Zvezda miniatures. They make 1/72nd scale troopers, and so that's a World War II German soldier with the binoculars, scouting ahead. And then I got our good cop friend here. I haven't really got a good name for him yet. This is based on a 41 Plymouth. Machine guns, Ram. Very simple build, but for highway patrol it works really well. Because you really want to do a little bit of shooting, but you really want to cause hazards. So with a car in highway patrol, have one person with the machine gun, and then use the other crew member to use like steel nets. And so if you don't actually ram them, you can still cause them to wipe out and get your audience votes. And these little siren things come off of a old Hot Wheels fire truck thing, and I chopped them off and I used them on this, because the Hot Wheels trucks are unfortunately the big trucks, like that's supposed to be fire trucks, are often really too small. So I usually just use them for parts. But I like how this one turned out. This is the, like I said, this is the Matchbox 41 Plymouth, and so it looks real good. And this one here I'm really proud of. This is a car I call Sinful Envy because it's green, and this is an Idris vehicle. It's got Ram, it's got a Harpoon. You know, this casting comes with this jet engine in it already, so it's already made for Idris. If you find this casting, it's your first, it should be your Idris car. Then we got the old droppers on the side here. They got the little steps on there. So you can imagine that's where they would stand to work on the jet engine. And we got the crew inside. So you know, anytime you can see inside my vehicles, I always have crew inside them, even if it's really hard to see. And my interiors are always painted. It's just hard to show on a camera. That's a little frustrating because, like I said, again, I'm getting glare here, so it's kind of hard to show you that the front end's got this like danger written on it. And yeah, so I can't even do that. Nope, that's not gonna work either. Let's see if we can get it over. Yeah, you can see the glare kind of makes it. Okay, there. I think you can see it better. So you got that word danger coming up from behind somebody, and yeah, I figured this is calling it Envy is because anything faster than it, it's going to use the Harpoon to chase it down and reel it in and knock it off the road. Because it's got to be the fastest vehicle in the fleet. It can't be second, you know. But then I made this. This is a train vehicle, and it's basically just wanted to leave out. I found this vehicle and had no engine in it and everything, so I was like, I didn't really know what to do with it. I was originally thinking about just putting an engine on here and then running it as a car, like just the front end. But I think I like doing it this way. To make flat tires, that's a very simple thing to do. All you need is one of these. And a bad habit, but you know, do that, and you'll get them soft, and then you just smush, and you create flat tires. It's a easy effect to do, you know. So I do recommend if you know, have an adult do that if you're not. If you're not someone who should be playing with fire, but if you're an adult, go nuts. You'll find in modeling a lighter is surprisingly versatile tool. It should be in every hobbyist's toolkit. It's not in enough people's toolkit because it does a lot of interesting things. And we got this fella here. I try to do just basically this is a warden vehicle, so I try to do the like prison stripes. I try to do it freehand, look more like zebra stripes. But minigun, dropper, you know, cage. So yeah, it's definitely a prison vehicle because they ain't escaping that. You can see the bars on the windows. Yeah, you're not getting out of there. But I like that. This is one of the newer Hot Wheels castings that came out. It's the Ford Model A, and yeah, I like this. I like this casting a lot. Normally I would run this as a buggy, but I'm just running it as a prison car. And then we got another Warden team of vehicles. And this is all themed together. So this is the Assault and Battery Express, or the AB Express. It's got a Count as Wrecking Ball here. And it's a prison vehicle. So everybody's welded inside. And yeah, got mismatching tire treads because it's a Warden vehicle. They just put whatever tires will fit on it, and just very light decoration on it, and just kind of beat up the paint, rusted it, dusted it, and made it look like it's seen some races. And then we've got Hot Mama, and that is this Dodge Caravan with the flamethrower and napalm droppers on the side. Napalm droppers are made off of one of those little Final Faction pieces, and try to make it look like the turret actually scrapes the roof as it moves, and they have to repaint it every now and then. Not to mention the flamethrower actually burns the paint, so there's burn marks on it too. And then you've got, see if we can get it to show up better. Again, I'm still getting used to where this thing's going to come. Let's see if you can see it better there. There's love written on the back quarter panels. And then you can see here, I think what it is, it's trying to see my hand. So I'm not sure how to make it look better. But it's got love fire on there. Because it's an arsonist's vehicle. And the crew in there are all women, so yeah, angry, hot women. And there is this one here. I'm not committed to a name on this one yet, but it's the rich one, because it's a Lincoln Navigator. You know, real expensive vehicle for a Warden, but welded in there, bazooka, ram, big time hazard causer. I was going to think about calling it tax evasion, and the whole team is called high crimes and misdemeanors. But yeah, I think it's a cool one. And then we've got a little bike. This is another highway patrol fella. This is the judge. Basically scaled down 40K Cadian dude. I printed out a bunch of these, and then I just kept messing with them, usually changing the heads and the bike shapes and stuff. So this one, it's just got a dwarf faceplate thing that I use as the headlights, police lights on the back, and so he goes with this one here, and then I've got the Marvel Punisher van. So that's all one team for the highway patrol. And then there is this fella. And this is also a Warden vehicle. This is a Warden heavy truck. This is the scratching post. And it's got a 125. It's got a ram. And since heavy vehicles can't take the prison vehicle option, I just went with armor plating. So it's this big mammoth vehicle that's gets beat up and keeps on fighting and just keeps on delivering the pain. And you got the little vinyl wrap cat. I think these are from this is from like '86, so I'm really surprised that it actually worked well. But they're vinyl decals, and then I think they're made for downhill Pinewood Derby cars and slot cars. But I liked it. It looks so perfect. He looks like he's hanging onto the back for dear life. And so I'm really happy with how that looked. That's definitely a beautiful vehicle. And then I've got a new piece of terrain, which I have no idea how this is going to show up. But this is my used car dealership. So we got some graffiti on the ground there of a very good band, and Gaslands, and yeah, I'm not sure how this is actually going to really show up very well, but you got a little gun turret there to defend the used car lot from raiders, and all this still works. So all that still works. This one still works. I kept all the working parts. And so used cars, showroom. That's the front office. And where you sign how many cans you're gonna spend. So and we got here, we got a little, oops, I bumped that. Little fueling station. Let's see if I can get this to show up a little better. Alright. This ain't gonna work. Alright, let's see if I can get it to show up a little better. There we go. It's a little fueling station here. A destroyed bike. And, some spare carpet works. Again, it's... Oh, get that out of my... You don't need to see that. That's my stomach. But, yeah. So... Yeah, just... I've been trying to print out these little turbofan bikes off of Thingiverse, and they don't print out at all. I can't get them to print. Their sidewalls are too thin and the pipes are too thin, and so by the time I get them off the build plate, if they even print at all, they turn into this. They just shatter. So I just had to use it as wreckage. And then of course we've got the warning sign. So, and then I did more graffiti on the back side here. So that's pro-earth resistance. In the lore, the internet is gone. So I imagine that's something they want back. And so gotta have our good friend Nuka-Cola. And just a little bit of weathering world. And then I got my friend No There Three's her artwork. So they like to do stuff like that, and they let me use their artwork. So, and then of course we got Wastelands Raceway. I told y'all I'd put y'all on some terrain since y'all asked about it. So there's auto repair, and And so there's more signage and stuff inside the little garage here. But again, it doesn't want to show up. It's like, ow, God, that did not work. Nope, that didn't work. I was trying my overhead lamp. Nope, that didn't work. So, yeah. This is just a Hot Wheels or Matchbox. I forget which one place. Actually, yeah, it's Hot Wheels. So, yeah. It's just a Hot Wheels playset. I think it was a Ford dealership. And, so, yeah, I mean, you can sit here and you can put, you know, your Gaslands stuff here and, you know, for whatever reason you want. And, yeah. So you can kind of get the idea. It's a good display piece, and it's a good terrain piece, you know, something to fight over. And anyway, that's pretty much what I did. And so June is going to be the car of the month theme for June is tank tracks, which is right up my alley, and it's something I love doing, so I'm going to be really happy with it. And I did put this little guy together on a whim. This is a failed print. I just remade the handlebars. And got a crazy chef. And a guy with stabby knives. Flamethrower. And little person with a shotgun. So this is a Scarlet bike. A bunch of little loonies. But I figured that would be pretty cool. Bike with sidecar kind of a vehicle. So that one's going to get eventually painted. And then I've got a few other vehicles I'll be doing throughout the month. But anyway, that's what I got to show off. So if you like listening to me ramble, like, share, subscribe. And wish I had a nickel for every time I said Alright. Take care, be safe, and goodbye.